So this is another poem for the day. It's by James Fenton from his book, The Memory of War, Poems 1968 to 1982. A German Requiem. It is not what they built, it is what they knocked down. It is not the houses, it is the spaces between the houses. It is not the streets that exist, it is the streets that no longer exist. It is not your memories which haunt you. It is not what you have written down. It is what you have forgotten, what you must forget, what you must go on forgetting all your life. And with any luck, oblivion should discover a ritual, and you will find that you are not alone in the enterprise. Yesterday the very furniture seemed to reproach you. Today, you take your place in the widow's shuttle. The bus is waiting at the southern gate to take you to the city of your ancestors, which stands on the hill opposite with gleaming pediments, as vivid as this charming square, your home. Are you shy? You should be. It is almost like a wedding. The way you clasp your flowers and give a little tug at your veil, oh, the hideous bridesmaids. It is natural that you should resent them just a little on this first day. But that will pass, and the cemetery is not far. Here comes the driver, flicking a toothpick into the gutter, his tongue still searching between his teeth. See, he has not noticed you. No one has noticed you. It will pass, young lady. It will pass. How comforting it is, once or twice a year, to get together and forget the old times, as on those special days, ladies and gentlemen, when the boiled shirts gather at the graveside and a leering waistcoat approaches the rostrum. It is like a solemn pact between the survivors. The mayor has signed it on behalf of the Freemasonry. The priest has sealed it on behalf of all the rest. Nothing more need be said, and it is better that way. The better for the widow that she should not live in fear of surprise. The better for the young man that he should move at liberty between the armchairs. The better that these bent figures who flutter among the graves, tending the night lights and replacing the chrysanthemums, are not ghosts, that they shall go home. The bus is waiting, and on the upper terraces the workmen are dismantling the houses of the dead. But when so many had died, so many and at such speed, there were no cities waiting for the victims. They unscrewed the nameplates from the shattered doorways and carried them away with the coffins, so the squares and parks were filled with the eloquence of young cemeteries, the smell of fresh earth, the improvised crosses, and all the impossible directions in brass and enamel. Dr. Gleitschirm, skin specialist, surgeries 14 to 16 hours, or by appointment. Professor Sarnagel was buried with 4 degrees, 2 associate memberships, and instructions to tradesmen to use the back entrance. Your uncle's grave informed you that he lived on the 3rd floor, left. You were asked to please ring, and he would come down in the lift, to which one needed a key. Would come down, would ever come down, with a smile like thin gruel, and never too much to say. How he shrank through the years, how you towered over him in the narrow cage, how he shrinks now. But come, grief must have its term, guilt too then, and it seems there is no limit to the resourcefulness of recollection, so that a man might say and think, when the world was at its darkest, when the black wings passed over the rooftops, and who can divine his purposes? Even then, there was always a fire in this hearth. You see this cupboard? A priest hole, and in that lumber room whole generations have been housed and fed. Oh, if I were to begin to tell you the half, the quarter, a mere smattering of what we went through. His wife nods, and a secret smile like a breeze with enough strength to carry one dry leaf over two paving stones passes from chair to chair. Even the inquirer is charmed. He forgets to pursue the point. It is not what he wants to know. It is what he wants not to know. It is not what they say. It is what they do not say.